Hello, Casey. This will probably be my only video feedback to you, and I hope it's helpful. But you've made a lot of progress. Even though you submitted this for week 4, it's perfectly acceptable for week 6, the milestone 2, and so I encourage you to go ahead and submit it because I see you've far exceeded week 4's rubric criteria. Casey, here's what I get when I go to your URL. Curious to use this is a new host for me, and you may have mentioned something about it previously. It's far advanced, down to these vignetted images. I see some sort of unusual things. This looks to me like bruschetta, but I see. Yeah. Of course, that's what it is. I was thinking town restaurant for a moment there. And your navigation seems to work well. It could perhaps use, an effect, a rollover effect maybe you might consider using, but I see that you've used the corporate palette. And it's unique in the sense that it's on a black background, and it's very effective, I think. And here is your print menu. Using the corporate typefaces, wouldn't it be nice to match, and it's possible using CSS, the typography of your print menu on your regular on your web menu, your website menu. I was just struggling for a moment there. I was thinking too, if you save this, I assume you saved this as a PDF. Probably from InDesign. Save it without crop marks, and that will, this might befuddle some people. Although you as a designer know what they are. Just a small detail. It's nice. You have child pages, and so I'm assuming that seems to meet the rubric requirements for certainly for the milestone 2, which is week 6. Let me take a look at your code. I have talk about having codes. I have a code, and I'm muffled, so I hope you can understand me. Here's one of the benefits of teaching remotely is that I won't infect you all. Okay, I see you have, here's your unordered list, which, has become your navigation. And let me take a look at your CSS. Very nice. CSS seems to be very forgiving. Most people designate a body in it. It's like HTML, right? But it uses these funny, fancy brackets. And you can let's see. So I see that you figured out how to get rid of the underscores. You used a prosaic sans serif. I'm using Chrome on the Macintosh to view it. But anyway, you have successfully employed a external CSS. You positioned fairly precisely images. Is this a CSS to get these things to crop into circles, or are they circular images in Photoshop that you have on transparent, or do they have a transparency mask? Just curious how you got those in there. Nice. The circular motif, is echoed in the plates, in pizzas, in a lot of things. Have that circular shape, including the logo with the tomato. That's a nice detail. And you have, this is ambitious too. I thought, 4 to 5 child pages was a challenge, but you have successfully given us 6 options. Nice job. Typographically, I'm sure you've looked at this on your portable devices such as a phone, and you'll have noticed differences. It's inevitable how things break. But consider, like I said, maybe a rollover effect on your menu here. Consider also using some of the Gaudi old style, which is the serif type, as you have nicely done in your print menu. I'm assuming that this type here is the Gaudi old style. And also, I like the, or is this something else? I like the old style numerals in it. Those are really nice. You know, and you can, with CSS, pretty much match or come very close to the typography of your print menu. It doesn't have to be done for this class, but, you know, if you wanted to master CSS typography, that would be one way to do it. Casey, this is a nice comprehensive package of materials. I see you have your website, probably more, you know, closer to week 7 or what we're in than to week 4. That's fine. I'm glad to see that you advised. I see you included your wireframe, so I'd like to take a look at those and see if you annotated them. I think that was one of the suggestions. You have quite a few. And both an illustrator as, oops, probably regret doing that. Nice, really nice. What is this slab serif? Is that one of the corporate typefaces? I like a typography. I like the use of this. You know, this would be nice in your navigation. You seem to have used it in your menu, but this typeface, which I'm assuming is the Pasta More corporate typeface, or one of them, looks well in print as well as it does on the web. Woodwit. All right, you had submitted some hand-drawn sketches. I said that was fine. You know, it would be nice to maybe at least orient them to view, but they are what they are, and they are appropriately skeletal. You know, so you have to be kind of non-committal, I think, in designing web pages in terms of dimensions. You have to give up fixed dimensions and try to envision things, you know, both horizontally and vertically oriented, as well as on small and large screens. Casey, I've looked at this some more in the interim here, and you know, you might be able to combine your About Us page, which is with your home page. You know, is there any reason to have two? And I would definitely keep the formatting that you have on your home page. You know, or not. You may have reasons to have it this way. But very ambitious with 6 links, and I guess my only recommendation at this point is to, you know, perhaps flesh out your child pages. One last thing too I wanted to mention is I admire your file management, and I see too that you've got you know, things organized by week, which is really promising too. I jumped ahead, you know, I put a 6 in here just to see if maybe you had gotten that far, but I see that you haven't. Good luck, bid you strength, and don't hesitate to contact me if I can help you with anything. I will accept anything from now until the end of the term without penalty.